Are you trapped in a very beige world, akin to our backdrop here as we're traveling, but really in a virtual world of back-to-back Zoom or Teams meetings, virtual meetings, where you have no break, no chance for having a way to move your body or grab some sustenance, and you end up feeling like you are caught, trapped in a soul-sucking world? What can one do?
Yeah, so in this video, we're going to share with you 2 key steps to begin to take charge of your energy from a science-based approach so that we can begin to outsmart that soul suck of those back-to-back Zoom meetings.
So what's up, everybody? You know, we've all been there, right? We've all been in back-to-back calls that we tried to smartly schedule, perhaps even schedule a break in between, make sure we've got our 8 ounces of water nearby. We've tried to design our environments so that they're not so soul-sucking, and yet we find ourselves halfway through our day, our virtual day, deciding that, oh, well, we haven't eaten in about 4 hours, and well, maybe this is good, this intermittent fasting, and I guess this, little bag of pretzels will do, right? It'll kind of sustain me. And suddenly you're not bringing your greatest creativity, your greatest thinking, and your most expansive sense of leadership to any of the calls. So what are 2 or 3, quick little things that we might do?
Yeah, so simply just 2 things to remember if you catch yourself doing that is firstly to attune and then to act. So what do we mean by that? To attune to you, your physiology. So if you catch yourself and you are going back to back through Zoom calls, you have been sucked into the swirl of stress and those stress hormones, it alters your perception. And so you kind of those good intentions go by the wayside. And so what might you notice from a physiological perspective? So you might notice that your rear is becoming numb because you've been sat in the same position, or your back is sore, or you're beginning to feel fatigued or frustrated, or those emotions of perhaps anxiety or jitteriness, or your thoughts are just like, how long is this going to go? How do I get out of this? So being aware of those 3 things, so attuning to those first is a victory. And then once you've caught yourself in the midst of the swirl, then you need to act. What do we mean by act? So again, physiologically, what do I need to do with my physiology to change it? Is there a way that I can change my position in this next meeting? Am I sitting now? Can I stand in the next one? Is there a way that I can do a walking meeting on my phone, for example? Is there a way that I can change my breathing simply by breath alone, which is the tools that we teach you in the moment can alter your physiology and awaken and provide more energy and focus? And then the emotions. What emotion am I bringing to this meeting? Am I dragging my emotion from that past meeting into the next one? And what are those thoughts that I can put to one side to bring my best? And so these are just the beginnings of how you can begin to take charge of all these things when we get sucked into this well.
Yeah, and with this awareness, we can approach our day with greater mastery, greater empowerment, and ultimately be able to manage our energy to create positive solutions despite the swirl around us. This and so much more are things that we explore inside the Limitless Actualization community that Dr. Carla and I have created together, where you'll find additional science-based strategies, tools, and techniques, additional videos, and access to our courses, Reset and Rewire and Redefine and Align, where we get much more detailed and allow you space and practice to become much more refined so that you can take charge of your own energy in the moment and sidestep the soul suck. We hope to see you there.